let's talk electrical. I've done a lot of research on this. I have some experience with like electrical systems in the home, mostly like replacing outlets, putting in new lights, easy stuff like that. But I'm trying to figure out this whole system for Bluey. Electrical is somewhat confusing, but it's also not that hard. It's pretty straightforward as far as current goes in, current comes out. You just have to kind of regulate that and decide where it's going. There are two types of electrical currents, if you don't know, DC and AC. DC is direct current, meaning a constant flow of the voltage from a source like a battery or solar. And AC means alternating current, which the voltage increases and decreases as you use it, as it comes in. It can cause more spikes in your system, so you have to be extra protected with breakers for your AC current. So that is things like using your outlets, shore power, and alternator power. So I'm gonna have three current inputs for my van. I'm gonna have solar, and then I will have DC to DC current from Bluey's battery up front to the batteries back here stored, and then I'll have also shore power inlet where you can just plug in an extension cord and get that power into my battery. So yeah, that's basically where all my power will be coming from. So let's take a closer look at what I've got going here. So here you can see I've started my power box situation that will be under the bed back here. This big guy is the inverter charger. It will have shore power coming into it and connections to both positive and negative bus bars to conduct the current. The cables and wires will go through this hole here. This is the solar charge controller. It will have wire coming down from the solar panels to here and then going in again to the batteries. This will be my power switch for the batteries, on off. And then underneath is where all the action will happen mostly. I have 200 amp hour batteries that will be side by side here, leaving room for a third, in case anyone wants to buy me that, let me know. And then I will have all the cords coming in through this hole, and to be regulated from there. This is the DC to DC battery charger. It will have power coming from the car battery into here, into these batteries. There's basically three main types of wire I'll be using. This stuff is the DC power supply. It's 14 gauge wire that has just black and red in it. You can see that. And then this one's coated. It's marine grade, so that it's just extra protected against vibrations, water, anything like that. Definitely want to have coated, protected wire in your van. It's going to be a lot of vibrations, and any sort of rubbing on that wire can kind of take off that wax protective coating. So extra protection is better. Also have 12-3 wire. This is size 12 and has 3, so it has white, black, and ground. This is the wire for the 120 volt system, which is your outlets and your AC stuff. So this will go to all my outlets around the van. And then I have, this is the big 6 gauge wire. This is going from my car battery. This will go to the charger here. And then here's your fuse panel. This will be just for the DC supply, which is all those white, the black and reds. Things like my lights, my water pump, all that will be on DC. And then I have, this is also the 12 volt, 14 gauge DC wire. This one's not as coated, it's not the marine grade stuff, but I'm just using it for some small lights and it should be okay. So yeah, that's all of these 12 threes will go to a breaker box that will be back here, each on their own separate breaker. And then I'll have the bus bars and stuff up here, some fuses and other small breakers to complete the system. The bus bars conduct and ground the electricity, so all of the main power will go through the bus bars. To connect like the bus bars to the fuse boxes and to the inverter, we're going to be using this big stuff. This is 2-aught wire specifically for batteries. It has all the little components in there, and I'll be working hard on that here in the future. This fuse box will be the main one for from the batteries to the switch here. So I still have lots of holes to drill in this box. I am gonna do vent holes and stuff like that, as well as a little door here for easy access. The lot of this process has been just kind of calculating and figuring out what I need. So this fuse box here will have all different size fuses in it, depending on the power requirements for that circuit. And that's just a little math problem, which is wattage over amps divided by volts. You can try to change that around, change that formula around to get the correct fuse size that you need. But it's all pretty small stuff, so I think I'm only going to need 15s or so. And then I'll take you a tour of the wires here. So everything's so far coming in through here. I have some outlets ran. Here's an outlet. Here I'm going to hook up some floor lights. I have this guy I got to figure out better, but this is the one from the car battery. And then the main jumble of things will be up in this. This will be a cabinet, and I'm gonna have switches on this side of the cabinet here, as well as some USB outlets and a regular outlet on this side for charging things while I'm laying in bed. I have ran the wires for the lights. So there's one circuit back here, which will have 2 lights on it. And then the other main circuit will actually have 6 lights. They're very low wattage, so it's going to be fine. Only 3-watt light bulbs. Also have put in my fan. I will post the full install video on that if you want to see it. But here's the underside. It has a little control panel here. You can operate it manually without power, as well as it has a remote control, which will be over by my bed, I'm sure. I did buy some more 14 gauge wire. I need to run this circuit still, as well as the USB circuit by my bed. And then I have already ran this section here, will be all for the bathroom stuff. I'll have 2 fans and a light inside the bathroom. Most of it is all running through these the ribbing of the van. Kind of did some fancy work here around all the wood and things like that. So you can see this 6 gauge wire goes all the way down here, down. I took these panels off in my van down there. All those panels came off. Put the wire underneath there. It's just chilling for now, but I will be hooking that up to the battery. I'll probably do that last step. And that's about it for wiring so far. I have another outlet here for 120 volt AC power. And then I have the wiring here where my water pump will be going around. So everything's labeled so I know which circuit is which. All these cores are telling me where it's going so that when I hook it up, I can put, you know, the correct fuses and know where everything is. So in case something blows, I know what happened. I have 3 more circuits to run for the 12 volt system. And then 1 more 120 volt. And after those are all ran, I should be able to start putting my walls up and putting ceiling up, putting the lights in, stuff like that. I'm gonna save the final power box hookup for close to the end because I don't want to get it all dusty and dirty while I'm building the rest. So that'll be like an end project, but I'm getting it all set up, ready for easy install. Here's my kind of chicken scratch circuit plan. If you could see that, I don't know, I did zigzags for 12 volt and curly cues for 120 volt. I'm sure this is not how electricians would do it, but it works for my brain. And it's all mapped out. So getting closer to being done with the wiring part. It's I didn't record a lot of it. It's pretty boring to just watch me like moving wires back and forth, blah blah blah. There are some special tools to get to help feed wires. I didn't buy any because this project's so small, and I'm just trying not to buy all these specialized tools that I'm gonna use for half a day and then never use again. So just kind of doing it the hard way and cruising along. So yeah, a little update on what's happening with Bluey. And Charlie's been bored. She's just like, when are you gonna just play with me and not stare at the van? It'll be a while, Char. Hang in there.